nhỏ gió mà mê lại mùa nô nó cái yo mù đã chi bỏ cả đó cũ mù oa chi mà lý cho có mù ta la mà lý cho có mù nó phải na 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 thu ấy mê lần sai ôi cha coi yo hay hay e bỏ cả yo cũ tu khai mùa cũ nia tu mê nha na 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 oh mê lớn sai tu nên gì lu chả yuan gì lu ta màu na na naวันจะก็ร้องก็ว่าลัวกูยังเชียร์ร้อยยังเชียร์จีทัวเชียร์ตาลงยังสานเชียร์ตัวสาเต้าก็ล้อเจ้ากูปัวนานานาว่ากันรอกูมูว่าชีเอ้มาลีให้รู้ล้วนสิเอ้จะกูตัวก็ชามีเตมาลีมูโตอีโตเกนานานา
What's up, hustlers? How's everybody doing? I got a few people. Play Yasmin. How's it going? Jonathan, I waited for this. Better be interesting. Yeah, hopefully. I can't wait to learn about how to make 60,000 in 1 year. I get something to drink, man. My throat's thirsty. What's going on, too? Sleepy. Yeah, bro. This guy, sorry guys, this guy he had to do some teaching earlier, so that's why we kept this late. So let's get started, right, guys? So welcome to show 12, right? Happy New Year, guys. Just want to catch up. You guys, Happy New Year, happy 2020. Those of you guys that came to our Hmong Hustlers event, we thank you guys for coming. It was our first time, and we're amateurs at it, but we hope you guys took a lot of information from there and then put it to work. So like you tell you guys, don't be a stranger. You get any questions, contact us, and we'll figure it all out. All right, guys. So with further ado, let's get our guest on the show, right? So this guy is 23 years old, guys. He's like, I think he looks 16 to me. so let's go ahead and get him. He's 16 he's like 23 years old, graduated with CPA, currently has 19 clients under his I guess his trading service, and he mentors 4 people. So I'm assuming he was mentoring them earlier. So we finally got him to join. So those of you guys on the East Coast, it's midnight. Sorry, those of you guys on the Minnesota or Central or West Coast, sorry, but finally got him to join. So let's go ahead. Let's welcome Dylan. Is it Dylan or Dalian?
It's Dylan. Hey, Mr. Hmong Hustler.
What's up? So let me go ahead and drop this and get your name up. Let me just take out my name because I'm not important. Oop. Let me hide myself. Let me hide. Oh, it's been so long, man. It's like I'm trying to figure all these buttons out again. There we go. So, dude, first question, man. Do you still live at home?
I still live at home. I'm right in my room right now, saving money.
Okay, cool. So, guys, those of you guys are joining, I got what Jonathan Two Key. What's up, Key from California? Guys, any questions? Write them down so we can ask them questions later down the road. Um, so let's get something about yourself, bro. Tell me, how did you get started in whatever we're gonna talk about today?
Sure. So I've always had an interest in the stock market. My uncle used to be a market maker, so kind of heard about the stock market early on. As soon as I was 18, opened up a brokerage account and started trading on my own. Didn't do so hot when I first started, but I spent numerous hours, more hours than I ever did with any of my schooling, to learn about the market. Used to skip some classes, just so I could keep up with the market and learn more, watch
Dang.
videos, and do like little simple courses to uh, really understand it. So, just started getting profitable a little over 2 years ago. That's when I
Dope.
started trading options.
Awesome. I'm hearing an echo. Me? I'm just gonna mute myself. No, I can't mute myself. How about that? Is it maybe too loud? Let's get rid of
Sounds
that.
great, man.
You guys hear me okay? You guys hear echo on the live? Let's see if everybody responds. But yeah. So man, was there a particular stock or something that you were looking at, you were interested in, like what really got you?
Um, so I actually have a watch list, a rather small watch list compared to a lot of people that I've kind of networked with. I like to trade the technology market, the
Okay.
technology sector, just because they're highly liquid and they have a lot of movement, right?
Mhm.
So uh, if you talk to a lot of investors or a lot of traders out there, they love the tech market. Everybody's trading it.
Okay. So that's I guess that would be considered a tip, right? Because you're like you want something that moves really fast, right?
Right, high volatility.
All right. What explain how volatility, because I know some people I mean I'm kind of familiar with it, but explain what volatility, when you say volatility, what that is.
Basically, it just means that the price movements happen really quickly. Like stocks that are moving 2% daily, 3% daily, even more. During the year that I made that 60K, I was trading AMD a lot. So if you know AMD, it's a chip processing company. They were moving like 5% consecutively. So
Gotcha.
really easy to make money.
And I think somebody did mention, I think Donna did mention AMD on that. Was that what other? Just a quick question. What other stocks are you looking at? I mean, I used to look at
Yes.
Google or Apple, and that they move pretty up and down. What other ones can that are you looking at that moves really fast?
So there's AMD, there's Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Tesla. Um, let's see what else is there. Google. I don't trade Google as much though. Facebook, um, Netflix. Basically, Fang, man. If you're in the market, you should know what Fang is. That's what Facebook, Apple, Alphabet, Netflix, Google. So
Fame, FAME.
yeah, FAANG.
There we go. All right. Hey, you don't hear the echo, do you? If you don't hear it, I'm good. I
Yeah, I
guess
don't
we
hear no echoes.
okay, good. So then I can just talk and we'll be okay. So hey guys, you got a few people with Amazon, right? You trade Amazon all? I used to trade Amazon.
I used to trade Amazon. There's just been easier money to be made as of lately, so I don't trade Amazon a whole lot anymore.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's
Gotcha,
not a good
gotcha.
stock.
Yes, also people were mentioning on the comments. So just to let you know, like Jonathan. So yeah, so let's dig into it. How did you make 60K in 1 year, bro?
Sure. So when I finally made that transition from trading stocks, like the common shares, to options, uh, it was a big learning curve. Lost a few grand, and then I decided that I did a lot of studying and stopped trading for a while. And then I actually took a cash advance, which is probably not recommended by a lot
So,
of people.
so wait a minute here. So you're 23, bro. Lost a few grands. H- how did you have money, bro? I mean, I remember when I was like 21, I didn't have a few grands.
Yeah, so near the end of high school, throughout college, I was flipping items. So I've always been a big fan of Gary V. So Gary Vaynerchuk. So I used to watch his videos all the time, and I decided that I would go out, buy iPhones, fix up the screens and sell them, or sometimes people are giving me good deals. I could just buy it and go to GameStop, and they'll pay me more for it. So that's how I made my money, and I work a
Okay,
part-time job.
that's awesome. So you took that money and then you started trading. So tell us, you started with stocks. Like what happened?
So I started out just like a lot of other people. So, I was trading penny stocks. Got really lucky one time. I think it was like my second or third trade. I was able to times five it, so 400% on a trade. Um, I don't know if it's still trading anymore, but it's called or the ticker is VMRA. Um, I think it was something to do with helicopters. I don't even know, but I saw it on a forum, and I just decided to buy a bunch of shares, and it
Yeah.
jumped up, made some money. Eventually, gave it all back, obviously. So, I personally don't recommend doing penny stocks anymore, just because it didn't work out for me, and doesn't seem to work out for the majority.
I think that's what me Mex said, "Hey, do you do any penny stocks?" So, yeah, is it because you're saying that what was it again? Don't do penny stocks. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't trade penny stocks no more. No, mm-mm.
Okay,
I don't
gotcha.
trade it. I don't promote it.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay, so go on. So then you went from stocks to, I mean, who 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 told you about options again? What was it? What was that? Oh, sorry.
So I learned about options through a Facebook group. I believe it's the biggest stock market Facebook forum. It's called Stock Market Data, and I just saw a bunch of people trading and making really big returns. So I was like, "Oh, that looks kind of interesting." So I started looking into it, um, and from there, from the studying that I did about the stock market, those technology sectors were big momentum stocks, had a lot of volatility, and I found out that trading options with high volatility goes hand in hand. So, um, like I said, I made some mistakes to start out with, but as I took some time to do more studying on my own, I spent a lot of hours doing back tests of the market. Um, and then after that, I took that cash advance I was telling you about and got back in the market, started trading a little bit at a time, and then I started doing challenges where I was putting in like just $1,000 and trying to flip it to like $5,000. After I was able to do that, I would continue to withdraw it and then put in another thousand and just keep on flipping it.
So so you did take money out, right? Just to
Yeah,
like live
I,
on stuff again and play around, but
I
so
I never took out money to like live on, but I took it out for trading specifically.
okay. So that was one of the questions I would ask before is how much did you start out with? Did you track that at all?
It was something between 10 to 15K of cash advance. Yeah.
So you went all in, right? So you went all in and said, "Hey,
Yeah, I
I'm
was all in. So what I like to tell people, right? The way when it really clicked for me, I was trading on my back as if I could not afford to lose money.
okay."
And when I really got back in with that money that I cash advanced, I had to make sure that like, hey, I had to know what I was doing. Um, otherwise I would have been kind of in the hole. That wouldn't have been good.
So cash advance, were you? I mean, I guess were you scared at all, or so, or
I was scared
is
for
there?
just a little while. I was pretty confident though when I started trading with that money that I cash advanced.
Yeah.
Just because like I said, I was kind of prepared. I had to make sure that I knew what I was doing because like I said, I could not lose that money. Um, so I started trading just like 1,000 at a time. Basically 10% of the money that I had, like the capital that I had reserved now to trade. And after that first 1,000 was flipped, I was like, all right, I think I got the hang of this.
Okay.
I just kept on repeating.
Okay. So let me get this right. So you took 10,000, you used 1,000 to try it
Yeah.
to okay, and then it went well. And then what happened afterward? Did you go all in, or did
No,
you just
I withdrew it because I had a feeling that if I had too much money in there,
yeah?
I would get greedy looking at how much money I was trading with.
Okay.
So I would withdraw it and then just leave $1,000 in there and repeat the process.
Oh, okay. So you were kind of working off like scarcity, right?
Yeah.
Like you know, it, it's like this is all you have,
Hmm.
right? So gotcha. All right. So then 1,000 went to how much? Like,
I've had times where I've turned it to like $5,000, right?
uh,
And then I would withdraw it. I've done challenges where I've done 2,000 to deposit 2,000 and trade it up to 10,000.
yeah.
Um, I think once I got up to like 20,000, I started taking bigger trades. I left all that money in there, took bigger trades but smaller returns because
Okay.
I didn't like having my money sitting out there.
So I guess what I'm learning here is that it's like you took money out. What was in that primary trading account all the time? What was the average minimum in there majority?
Probably about 2,000.
Wow. So whatever profit you made, was it, you just kept taking it out. So your primary focus was the trading account, and then you took the profit and put it into like your savings or whatever it was, right?
Yeah, I just kind of held on to it, and then eventually, once I had the credit card paid off and had enough capital to trade again, just my own money now
Yeah.
from the profits, that's when I started, doing different types of challenges, right? Like $5,000 and trying to double it every few weeks.
And those two guys are like, dude, that is an awesome strategy. Just for you saying that because your eyes are on that trading account, right? So you want your whole attention on that all the time, rather than if you're looking at your overall amount, you tend to lose control, right?
Right.
That's what you're trying to say, right?
Hmm. Yeah. I'll tell you a short little story. So to me, it's a psychological thing, right? So that year, I was doing those little challenges, and eventually, like I said, right, I had enough money where I just kind of threw it in there,
Yeah.
and I had like $20,000 sitting in there. I actually got my account up to 70, close to almost 80,000. And then I took a really big trade where I actually took a pretty big loss. I lost like $30,000 in one trade.
Okay.
Um, and that scared me. That did scare me because um, I got out of my comfort zone and started taking on unnecessary risk. So that's when I was kind of like, okay, I think I'm good for the year. And then I went back to kind of just learning more. So that's what I did.
Gotcha. So yeah, excuse me, because I'm going through. I can't seem to pull up the comments here, but I'm gonna want to go through the comments here. So those of you guys who got questions, go ahead and type in your questions here. I'm gonna look through the questions on my phone because that's probably easier for me because I can't see them flip it through here. But dude, there's a bunch of questions coming in. So, so one of the questions I saw was, how long did you hold each trade?
At the time, I was trading just long calls and long puts. So just call or put, up or down, right? So I did not hold my trades very long. I was either day trading them or swing trading within 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swing trading is what? You're just holding it just a little
Swing
bit.
trading, you're just holding it for a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
A couple of months, but in your case here, it's more likely a couple of days, right?
Right, because every time I made a decent return, I wanted to take it off the tables to avoid unnecessary risk of losing that money.
Okay. All right. So let's let's go into so how were you looking? I mean, you gave us stocks that you were looking at, but what was your primary stocks that you were looking at? Did you have one? Like
I
ones
mean,
that
I
you
mean,
love?
I think those were basically the primary stocks I was looking at.
Okay.
I also traded indexes like SPY and Triple Q. So those follow S&P 500 and Nasdaq.
Yeah.
So I think those I also traded quite a bit too. But yeah, I think those stocks I listed earlier, that's my primary list, and it's actually a fairly small list. I've seen guys who have like a really big watch list of like 30 stocks.
Yeah.
It's not about that. I trade what makes money.
Explain that. Okay, that is a tip right there, right? Why would you only focus on these stocks?
Because of my back testing that I done, I found that there were a lot of historical patterns that just fit really well with my technical analysis. So I'm a technical analysis trader. All I do is look at charts, and the charts tell me everything. The chart tells me the news that's gonna happen. The charts tell me whenever they're gonna break out. Um, so it just worked out really well that those stocks they follow exactly what I wanted to look for. Yeah, I don't trade stocks that are going up 20% one day and they're gonna dump the next day, because they don't have enough historical data on their charts.
So explain that. Those people who don't know what you're talking about there. So basically, this guy is a technical trader, right? So you have a list of technical stuff that you overlay on top of a stock. So when it hits a certain, I guess, story or a certain I guess what do you guys call it over there? Like
So something I actually mentioned during my mentorship today,
yeah,
was I trade like an unfinished picture. So I look at patterns that have happened before, and before the pattern works out, it looks like an unfinished painting. And your prediction, like say if you see a picture of a dog that's not fully filled out, it's an animal, so you have to make a prediction of maybe what kind of animal it is, right? So as that picture of that dog gets painted, you start to have a clearer vision of what the full picture is supposed to look like. So that's how I look at my historical data. Is I find patterns where it shows me like, hey, you know it flags during this price or near this technical indicator, and it breaks out at a certain point. So then if I see a similar pattern occurring real time, then I'll know, hey, when it hits this certain point on the technical indicator, it's going to break out. So I predict, I look at an unfinished painting and
yeah.
predict how the finished painting is going to look like. That's the metaphor that I used.
So so basically, you're using your technical to find that whatever. I mean, we name like what, 6 stocks, right?
Hmm.
So you took your technicals, overlay on top of them, and when they hit a certain picture, I guess, right? From
Hmm.
what you're saying, that's when you pull the trigger and say, okay, I'm gonna trade, right?
Right.
Can you tell us
So
what?
So a good example I shared with you actually, like maybe almost 2 years ago, right, with Apple. Um, so I found that Apple on the monthly chart would always bounce off the 200 simple moving average, right? And when the market had a downturn, I think it was fall or winter of 2018. Um, I was just waiting for that. I was like, hey, every time the monthly chart has came down to the 200 SMA, it would bounce off, like literally wick off of the SMA.
Yeah.
And I had that prediction out. I actually showed, a bunch of my social media followers ahead of time, and I was just like, "Hey guys, don't start buying anything in the market until that happens," because Apple had the largest market cap at the time.
Yeah.
It had a large influence of the market. So, we shorted the market all the way down until that happened, and then that's when we started buying. So, if you were following me like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
you had that play.
And that's a simple technical, guys. Right? 200-day moving 200-day moving average. That's a normal. That's what
Yeah,
institutions.
that's what institutions use.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying. So you know that. So then you just follow that particular picture. I guess what you're saying.
Right.
And just wait for it, right? Because
hmm
can you set triggers to say, hey, when that happens?
Yeah, you can set alerts. So I use Thinkorswim for charting. It's with TD Ameritrade broker. So you can set alerts like, if a price falls below a certain level, it'll give you a ping to your phone so that you know that has occurred.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So
So those of you guys who's joined, we know it's late, but man, there's a bunch of you guys on here that are interested in this. That's awesome. So I just want to know what everybody's from. Can everybody just tell me like where you guys are from? Like, what state? Like, I see Chu, Key. I know Key in California, Chu's in Minnesota. Stefan. Let me know where you guys are from. I just want to see where you guys are from. Dylan, where you from?
from Minnesota.
I'm sorry. Is it Dylan again, or is it
Yeah,
Dylan?
it's Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Didil. Okay, that's just for my note. Let me know, guys, where you guys are from. Brooklyn Park. We got a Brooklyn Park here. Max, where you from, Max? Um, Jerry, where you from? Joshua, where you from? Just want to know where you guys are from so we can get an idea where our audience is. But we got a few questions here. Let me shoot off.
Sure.
We already answered Stephens. Are you a day trader or a swing? I think you're saying either or, right? Swing or
Nowadays I'm just a swing trader.
you're a swing trader. Okay.
Yep.
What's the difference? I think.
So day trading, you trade, you get in and out of the trade within the same day.
Yeah.
Swing trader, anything longer than that, usually under a year though. So normally
Okay.
my trades last about a couple of days to maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then Yang says, how long you been trading? I think you said what, 2 years or
Let's see, when I was 18, so about 5 years now. But I've only been profitable for maybe 2.5 years.
that's pretty good, bro. That's pretty good. And then Joshua goes, what platform? I think you think will swim, right?
Yeah, I use Thinkorswim to do my charting, but I actually trade a lot on Robinhood. Just because it's free. I mean, everywhere is free now, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I got accustomed to it, and a lot of my followers that I kind of give tips to,
Okay.
um, I teach them on Robinhood because it's user friendly.
It's more user friendly than think and swim.
Yeah, as far as like executing trades,
Oh wow. Okay.
but charting, they don't have like much charting on Robinhood, so
So Chu goes, okay. So Chu goes, are you just buying and hoping that it goes up? No, yeah. He was talking about how he gets in with his stocks with technicals, right?
yeah,
You always use your technicals before you jump in, right?
right, yeah.
You don't do any fundamentals at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. Um,
Everything my belief is that everything fundamental shows within the charts. So
okay, cool.
yeah.
Uh, Max goes, hey, would you say that majority of your trades are of corporations that are established or
Yeah, I would say so because most of them are large cap.
Yeah,
You know,
because yeah, you're only trading is D6, 1, 2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Because I trade options, I want them to be liquid. So you kind of want to trade what a lot of the institutions are trading.
Okay. So Yang Chi Ming goes, so I'm new to this. How would you be able to trade for a beginner, and how do you learn how to trade stocks? Okay. Would you, okay, so it's kind of like a weird newbie question, but if you were to start over again, would you trade in stocks? I guess I'm replacing her. I'm replacing her question because would you start in stocks or would you start in options?
I would say you start in stocks, at least get the gist of what the market really is. But I think, I don't think it's that hard to pick up options.
Okay. Okay. So, right.
Like
So how
if
would,
you're brand new, right? If you haven't learned anything about stocks yet, you can
yeah.
literally start learning about options and be accustomed to that just as fast as trading stocks.
But if you had to start over, knowing what you know now,
Probably stocks because not a lot of people trade options. So, I would have never heard about it unless I went digging for it.
gotcha.
But
So,
I'm telling them now, whoever's watching, right? If you're brand new, look into options.
gotcha. All right. So Chu said he's from Thailand, which I doubt he's really from Thailand. Steven says he's from Minnesota, Roddy, California. We got NC here in the house. What's up, NC? Wisconsin. All right. Banning, California. Zong. We got a few Brooklyn Park here. Va. A few Brooklyn here. We have, yeah, a couple Brooklyn. But thanks, guys. We just want to know where you guys are from. All right. So let's go back. 60,000, right?
Yep.
60,000. So, and that was it. Just these stocks that you kind of gave, right?
Mhm.
And
Yep.
just over and over again. Just, I mean, was it because, I mean, were you trading them going up? Were you trading them coming down, or what? What were you doing?
I'd say most of the money was made when the market was coming down.
Okay, why? There's a reason why.
Yeah. So, hmm. So there are three things that are factored into options trading: volatility, price, and time. Those three things. So when the market was coming down, since the market historically always goes up, right? So when the market comes down, and if it comes down a lot, people don't expect it. So when you can catch the market off guard, when you know it's going to come down first, and you catch those movements,
Yeah,
you usually get paid a lot more because it factors in. It happens quickly, right? Time,
yeah.
price moves a lot, right? And then the volatility is unexpected. It was moving slowly, but then all of a sudden it moved really fast.
Hmm.
So
But can you do that going up as well,
it
or
can,
is
like,
it?
if the market was going down for a very long time, right?
Yeah,
And you kind of figured out that the market was going to come up and you got in on time, you
yeah.
know, that same mathematical equation will help you make a lot of money going up.
So if you were to say, if you put if you put a stock like Amazon neck to neck and
Uh-huh.
say, hey, who do you make? Which one makes money faster? Like buying a option going up or buying an option going down at, I don't know, $10. You know, which one will make the more money, like percentage wise? I guess is
At this
there.
point, if you catch a put, it'll make more money because the market's been very bullish.
Well, just let's just say just without even the market, like what's the ratio? Is there one, or is it all equal?
Um, no, there's no ratio. I mean, it all depends on like the market's current movements, right?
Yeah,
Like I said, there's those three factors that equate to like how much the option premium moves.
yeah,
So if it were, I don't know, going up 1%
yeah.
and you
I
bought a
guess what I'm
call,
saying is is there more chance of you making more money if it goes down faster? I guess. I guess when
versus
it goes
going up
down, it
faster.
goes down faster. You make more money, right?
Yes,
Whereas as it goes up, people are cautious if it's already at the high, right?
right.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Is it? What do you see? Do you see the same thing where you make more money if it goes down?
Well, like I said, it depends on the trend. So like say if the stock like if Amazon has been going up consecutively for the last like 5 days, right? And people are continuously buying calls, if there's a a lesser ratio of people who are buying puts to bet against it, but
Yeah.
all of a sudden it does a drastic drop, yeah, you're gonna make a lot more money because it's catching the market off guard.
Yeah. So those of you guys join. Can you quickly just explain what a call and a put is? I think some people are like might be kind of new into this because I know what it is. You might know what it is. You know what it is too. So just for the guys here, newbies, like the newbies like me, I believe. Can you explain what a call is and a put?
Yeah, so do you want me to explain options too, or just call and put?
Yeah, you could just throw that in quickly.
Sure. Like so options, instead of buying the common share of stock, you pay a premium to have the right to be assigned 100 shares. So you're basically trading contracts that are going to cost you less than um, buying 100 shares of stock. To do a call option, that's if you're intending for the stock to move bullishly or to move up. And then if you do a put option, it's the exact opposite. You're intending for the stock to move down because you're bearish.
Okay. So call is when you're expecting a stock to go up, and put is when you're expecting it to go down. Okay,
Exactly.
awesome. So hey, that was for you, Chuku. That was he goes. What is options? So um, Steven says that too. So Congos, can you sell before ex, for it expires? I guess.
Yes, you can. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's something that you go in and out. All right, so let's go back to what we were talking about. Those of you guys, there's a lot of people that just joined. Those of you guys, hey, let us know where you guys are from. Like we have us in South Carolina here. You know, Chu Vang. Hey, welcome, brother. Scott, where are you from, Scott? So go back to that 60,000 story, right?
Mhm.
So anything else? How did I mean? I know you say that you jumped in, made some money, and just took it out. Did you have any losers along the way?
Yes. So while I was actually doing, so it was more in the early process when I had that 10K that I cash advanced,
Yeah.
and I was putting like small amounts. So maybe every $2,000 that I put in and have flipped, the third $1,000 that I would leave in there, I would lose, like completely go bust. But when I go bust, I only lose $1,000.
So did you? So you got out like at 50%? Is that how did you just let it ride and just say, hey, let it expire?
Yeah, I would trade it if I got lucky enough to get out. If I decided to cut the loss, I would continue to trade it. But at times, it would eventually go bust because it's such small capital to trade with.
$2,000
Well,
or a
like
thousand?
like $1,000. Yeah.
Oh, that's still. I mean, that's $1,000. You just. So you're kind of like, I guess you're kind of just throwing it in, and if it doesn't work out, then oh well, you leave it, right? So you're only
Right.
focusing
'Cause-
on the winners. Is that
yeah.
how it works?
Yeah.
So I
So.
guess I'm trying to get to like your money management style, right? So are you like, is there any money management at all, or are you just
Oh
saying
yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah.
okay?
Money
So how did
management
you
is
do
huge.
it?
So like I was saying, right? So I would start like with $1,000. I'd take multiple positions. So I wouldn't go all in one contract with $1,000. I would split that up maybe like 4 or 5 ways, like $200 in each position, and try to make anywhere from 10 to like 70%. And then I would consistently do that until I would reach a target of like $3,000 or $5,000, and then that's when I would withdraw it and then leave $1,000 in there to kind of reperform it. Every time that I've done it, like, so if I would do that twice, right, successfully flipped $1,000 twice, maybe like the $3,000 I would lose it, but then I would just plug in another $1,000 and keep on doing that.
Okay. So, but like I'm talking about exiting. You never exit. You never exit a trade, right? Or are you just leaving it in there? So
I guess I'm not quite
yeah.
understanding.
So let's say you go into a trade, right? When you go into a trade and it starts losing money, do you exit or do you
Yeah, I
just
do. Yep.
okay? How like where? How many is there a percentage?
Usually I try to get out like anywhere 20 to 30%.
Oh,
Sometimes you're not so lucky. Options can move really fast sometimes. By the time you know it, you might be down like 50% or 70%. By that time, that's when I would probably ride it out just because there's like barely anything left to it.
oh, okay. So that's okay. That's great. That's good to know. So if you go past 50, you're just like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
If it
you
bounces
ride it to trade.
back, would you let it ride to go up again, or because I know time is against you now, right?
Yep, yep. If it bounces back, if I can break even, typically I would try to break even or try to cut at the 20%, right? Like to me, that's like a second chance that it
Yeah.
comes back up, and I'm like, hey, I could get out at 20% where I wanted to get out. Then I would exit it. Sometimes they actually bounce back and you could profit off of it, but I don't take those risks. So
Okay. Okay. I get what you're trying to do there. Okay. Cool. So what was one of your biggest trade? Was there like a jackpot? And you're like, I mean, this happened over a year, right? But
mhm.
was there one that really took you over like 20,000 in one trade, or what was the largest trade?
I think the largest trade I had was $20,000 on Tilray, and that's a pot stock,
Huh?
like a marijuana stock.
Yeah.
Um, that day was crazy. So I took that $20,000 trade on a whim, because it kept on going up, and
Yeah.
I don't recommend this to anyone, but I took a $20,000 trade. It actually tripled, so it was like $60,000 in equity, and it got halted. So the stock just completely stopped trading on the market. Like it was moving so fast.
Yeah.
I forgot what price. I think it went from like 150 to $300 within like an hour,
Okay.
and it got halted on
I
Wall
think I
Street.
remember that
Huh?
one day. I think I remember that one day. But yeah, go on.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, I turned $20,000 into $60,000 there, just right there. But um, that's the trade that I also eventually lost. I think it was like $30,000 back. The very next day too, because I was thinking that maybe it would pull back and try to go up again,
Yeah.
but it got shorted. So
So it went up to 60 and then it broke down to
it just came all the way back down to like $100 the next day. So I was
wow.
on the wrong side, and it happened so fast.
Yeah.
It happened so fast that like I plugged in $60,000, and by the time I knew it,
Yeah.
boom, I was like 30% or the $30,000. I lost 50%.
So you never made it. You never exited the trade, right?
I
Well,
only
you
got
ever,
yeah, I
okay.
got out of it for a 50% loss.
Oh, okay. But what was your biggest trade that you made? I guess the biggest chunk of money that you made when you exited.
It was probably the Tilray trade, 20,000 to 60. So that
Oh,
was
okay, cool.
40K profit in 1 hour.
So you did exit, made 20,000, right?
I made 40,000. So I took
40?
$20,000,
Oh
and then
yeah.
I made $40,000. So I had 60K in equity, which I cashed out on,
Yeah, yeah.
and then literally the next day, I was like, I wasn't expecting the $60,000. Let me put it on and try to make
Oh,
some
gotcha.
more,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
lost 50%.
Gotcha. So, did it meet your technicals, or was this a
No,
gamble?
no, it was just a gamble. I made see, it's like you just made too much money so fast that you're like, I wasn't expecting this, Um,
Okay.
I could take the hit, I didn't feel sick in my stomach or anything, so
So you wouldn't recommend this?
no, I
Say,
wouldn't recommend
say
it.
it on camera. so, so let's go back to like your tech goals, right? So what technicals do you use again? Just the moving average and what?
I just use moving averages.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Let me guess. 50 day and 200.
I use another one, but
What is it? Oh, you
I
don't.
use a 9 EMA.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. And that's it.
That's it.
Two.
That's it.
Wow, guys, that's awesome. So, I mean, dude, you must be like, yeah, you're just what? I mean, how do you look at your charts? Is it like a year into it, or do you? uh, 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 What's the time frame on them when you look at the charts?
So when I'm trying to get, geez, I actually like, I have, I look at it on the monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly. So
Okay.
yeah, I skim through it. I make sure that all my time frames are kind of telling me the same picture, kind of aligning up. I don't know. It's kind of tough unless like you kind of know how I look at it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I look at multiple time frames, and if I have a few of them that are actually lined up really well, that's when I'll take my trade.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, like if long term, if it's bullish, then I wouldn't short it like on the shorter time frame just because.
Oh. Hey, Vagos, what's a EMA? Can you explain that?
Um, Jeez, I forgot what the E stood for.
Google it, Va.
Yeah, Google it.
9 and 20 is mostly common use. Vaughn says that. Steven goes, pot options are too risky. Is that how you feel them too?
Yeah, I that's the only pot stock that I've ever traded in. Like I said, I had extra like money, like profits, that I was just like, hey, why not?
Yeah,
Um, so that's how I got into that trade. It it doesn't happen often. I don't do stuff like that often. So
gotcha.
I think
Uh,
if anyone knows me, they know I'm pretty conservative. I like to make a certain. I'm not conservative, um, but I like to trade what makes money easily
okay,
and consistently.
which is going
What?
back to
Yeah.
your technicals, right?
Yep.
Is that it? Is that all you use?
That's it, man.
It's
And
just the technical.
psychology. I use a lot of
Okay,
psychology.
yeah. So explain that. 'Cause some people are like, what does that mean? I know what you mean, but just
Yeah.
give me a little tip
So
on.
psychology is just being able to understand what the institutions are doing, what retail traders are doing, and then being able to react to the market when those people are trading. And
Okay,
it's all built in when you're looking at the charts.
yeah,
So, you know, become a technical analysis trader and you'll be able to see it in the charts. You get to see the psychology work out. And I think that's what helps my trading click.
yeah.
A lot of people they have, the resources are everywhere. It's free. But it takes a lot of people a lot of time to get it to click because they use all these tools that help confuse them and it just clutters their mind and then they don't know how to think about traders psychology. And I
Okay,
think that's what I have as an advantage over a lot of people.
yeah. It's the skill that you need. If you have that skill, that's pretty awesome. I know what you mean. Um, Vaughn goes, are you using spreads when buying options, or do you just buy calls and puts? I think you hit that.
Yeah. Um, so 2018 was a year that I made 60K. And then 2019, I was developing my own kind of like a trading system for trading spreads, and I was trying to I guess, get it to work in my own eyes. So like, so it was consistent enough. And now all I do is trade spreads. Here and there, maybe I'll trade one long call or long put. Otherwise, all I trade is spreads.
Just quickly explain what a spread is. So,
But what?
quickly explain what a spread is, right?
A spread is an option trading strategy where you hedge. So you're buying a call and selling a call at the same time. So or vice versa, you can buy a put and sell a put at the same time, and that limits your profit potential. So you always know the most money that you can make on a trade if it goes right. Um, and then it usually makes an option contract cheaper to buy
Yeah.
versus
So that's
buying a call. If you buy a call, it might cost you like $500, right? But then if you do a spread, then you can reduce the cost to like $250 for a spread.
so in return, your return on investment is
Predetermined.
more.
Uh, no, it's less because if you just buy a call by itself or a put by itself, it's unlimited return. So you can make like you know over 100%, 500%. But when you trade spreads, depending on how you structure it, um, a lot of times it's a lot less than that.
So the benefit to a spread is it's cheaper, but you can kind of predict your price if it hits a certain target,
Right.
right? That's yeah. So I guess what you're doing is you're using your technicals to say, okay, it's going to hit a certain particular price point, and then uh, you're doing your spreads, so then they can go, all right, I'm expecting to hit this particular number. I'm squeezing as much money out so I can pay for this particular, so I can make this much,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're already kind of foreshadowing or predicting your future.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. All right, that's just for some of the newbies out there that doesn't know what that is. So let's go back to the story, right? So tell us, I mean, what was your emotions? You're like, dude, this stuff is like crazy or something. Like, this is easy. Like, what was going through your head when you're making this much money?
I mean, when it clicked for me, I was just like really happy. I guess after struggling for like 2.5 years of like not trading successfully. Once it clicked, I was just like, holy crap! Like this came to me a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be. Um, I think trading is one of those skills where a lot of people can't learn it, no matter what resources they have in front of them. They can't put it together. So
Okay.
when I was able to put it together, I was just, I felt special. um, but I was just really happy because I love the market, and it. I live and breathe the market every day. So overjoyed.
John goes, hey, are you ready to short the market anytime soon?
No,
No. All
no.
right, there you go, John. Two goes, is options a zero sum activity? Do other traders have to lose for you to win?
Well,
Uh,
the market is always gonna have winners and losers. That's how the institutions make money. They can't make money unless someone loses money. So
yeah. Two, there's always a buyer and seller. I guess that's kind of what if that's what you're asking. Jan goes, do you do this full time?
I don't do this full time. So you had mentioned it. I forgot to say. So I'm not a CPA, but I graduated with accounting.
Yeah.
I graduated 2 years ago. I have a corporate job, but I still have time to trade. So I don't do
Let
it.
me ask. Let me ask. Did that help at all?
Yeah, I mean, I started. So you probably wouldn't recommend this either, but I put a lot of my working income into retirement accounts, so
Okay.
they grow passively. So like I have a Roth 401k.
Yeah.
Um, Last year I put like a lot of money. 2019 I
Why?
tried to max out my Roth
So the
IRA.
question is why? Like, because you're doing this, you're making money already. Why would you put it to let somebody else manage your money?
Well, I put it into like a fund, and I manage that fund still sometimes. I'll take it out whenever I see downturns, and
Yeah.
then try to pinpoint when it's gonna turn up again.
Yeah.
But it's just, I guess it was just easier for me to put it in there because I wanted that tax benefit of
Oh,
um, tax-free growth.
gotcha. You're afraid of taxes, huh?
Yeah, so my trading money was
Yeah.
basically my spending money. So, I still live 60K. It's not a lot. Um, so, I still live a normal life. I still live at home with my parents. So 60K just helps me live a normal life where I can put my working income into tax benefit accounts. But I think that's gonna change in the next year or two here.
Gotcha. So hey, so why did you go to options if you were like wait, why would I was just thinking like why would you do spreads if you're already doing so good in just calls and puts? Like because people say, if it's not broken, why fix it or why change it? Right?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't broken. Um, but at the same time, it wasn't working. You know what I mean? So I hit a plateau. I Once I got to 60K, I would get above 60K for a while, and then it just come back. Like, I don't know, it was a mentality thing.
Yeah.
Um, just like I said at the beginning, right? I didn't put the whole 10K and started trading with that. I was someone who put a little bit of money and I was able to flip it, and I was able to do that all the time. But as soon as I had like a big chunk of money in my account,
Yeah.
like I couldn't scale it the same way. I just couldn't build it the same way, right? Like if I could trade $1,000 and turn it into 5,000, I should be able to take 60,000 and trade it up to like 240,000 or something, right? But I couldn't do it. It was a mentality thing. Trading spreads now, it allows me to worry less about what's going on in the market because of my strategy. And I'm not going to go into the details about my strategy, but um, it's a very secure way for me to net really good returns every week or every 2 weeks. So I don't know. It gives me back some time too, because when I was trading just calls and puts, I was spending a lot more time looking at charts.
Hmm.
Now I can look at a chart for a stock in like 30 seconds and know what I want to do.
Wow. So like strategy
Yeah.
wise. I see what you're saying. So guys, we're coming across the hour mark here. You guys have questions? Put it down quickly so we can answer them. I see here. Zongos, it usually takes 3 years to be profitable, so right on schedule. So I guess what he's saying is that you usually become a pro within about 3 years, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know where those numbers are coming from. I think a lot of people actually struggle a lot longer, and I think a lot of people don't ever learn to be profitable, and they usually give up in trading. At least that's what I've seen with other traders that I've come across.
Oh, okay. And then Steven goes, calls and puts by themselves are more risky than spreads.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
They're riskier, they pay out more, but like what are the probabilities of you always winning your calls and puts is a lot less than if you're trading spreads, you know.
Got
Ever since I started trading spreads, um I don't keep a personal track record, but I keep a record for like my service where I send out signals, and I'm on an 80% accuracy um, for trades. So
Wow, 80%.
yeah, I mean they're not always big gains, right? They might be like 5%, 10% per position, but uh, it's constantly compounding, and that's what I like about trading spreads is it allows me to feel like I can scale my account. and keep it growing. Eventually, once it's large enough, you know, a few percent will make a huge impact dollar wise.
Okay. All right, gotcha. So, well, I mean, one last thing about your, that story is, what was the largest trade? How much was the largest trade that you threw in? Was it that 20,000?
Yeah, it was at 20,000.
Okay. And what was the smallest trade?
Like when I first started, like about $200.
200
I
bucks.
no, I've done trades for like $50, but
Okay.
on average, the small trades were about $200.
So would you go all in? I mean, I guess the more money you put in, the more money you make, right? Or would you focus on more on, um, you know, putting the less money, like, I guess, spreads, put
Yeah,
less
I mean,
money
like
in
you can
to make
still
more
put
money?
a significant
Or
amount of money in spreads. Like I'll tell you guys right now, I have an AMD trade right now, a spread.
yeah.
I got over $8,000 on it. So,
So what's the potential on that spread to be on $8,000 trade?
um, so the max that I can make on that trade, let me calculate it real quick.
Yeah. So Vince,
About $2,400.
2,400. Was that 2,400?
Yeah,
Wait, was it? So it's
that's my
explain that.
max
So
profit that I can make on that trade.
okay, profit. So you put 8,000 to make profit
Yeah. Well, it
24.
was about like 70
That's pretty little.
$7,600 that I put into it, and then my max profit is 2,400.
2,400.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's within 1 week. So
Oh, that's what you made already.
I haven't made it yet. I'm holding on to the trade right now. Expires this Friday,
So
but
it's
it's
going to
looking good.
make so 24. What is it like? What's the percentage of that?
It's about
Like
25.
like 25%. So you're looking to make, when you throw money in, you're looking to make 25% of it every time. That's kind of what you're saying, right? On a
Yeah,
trade potential,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay,
So on average, my trades would make about 10 to 30% on
okay,
average. Yeah.
and you just keep rolling that over and over again,
Right.
right?
So like, I might split my account into like 10 different trades,
Yeah,
and then I just wait until they profit, cash out, and then next time, evenly distribute through $10,000 again. In this case, I did a little bit more with AMD. I just kept on adding to it
yeah,
because I don't know. I like the technicals on it, so
gotcha, gotcha. Uh, so Vince, yeah, he doesn't like penny stocks, right? That's what you say. You don't do that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
I don't do penny stocks.
Uh,
That's too hard to make money. Remember, make money the easy way.
yeah, yeah. Why is that? Is options easier? Is that what you're saying? Options easier than penny stocks?
It's easy if you know how to structure it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, that's something.
Yeah, it's
As
it's
well.
technical. Like you gotta know what you're doing, but I think it's easier.
And Steven goes 5 to 10% is better than letting it sit in your savings account. Yeah, that's correct. He's targeting 25%, right?
Per trade, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
always get it, but
So did you already finish paying off that credit card?
oh yeah, yeah. Like as soon as I doubled it, I just paid it off right away. So
Gotcha. All right. So we're up against the hour here. So I think I don't see any more questions coming in that we haven't answered. There's a few that are duplicates in there, but hey, bro, man, appreciate you coming on Hmong Hustlers and explaining how you made money.
yeah,
60K. I see it. That's one thing I stink at trading, but that was one thing that I took, and that is the moving the account over from you know from your trading to your, I guess, what do you call it? I mean, a trading account to your savings, I guess, because the way how I see it is that because you're, um, let me see, I can't get
It's
in.
it's like reducing inherent risk.
Yeah, let me switch back so they can see. I guess my camera doesn't work. Okay. I'll just get out. I'll just let you be the solo guy here. Show you. I can't switch camera screens.
I can still see you. Like fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll close the technical issues here. Anyways, so yeah, that's how I. It's because I guess the more if I was to take this and something from you, that's awesome because I usually keep all my money in one account and trade from there.
Hmm.
So for me, I was thinking like I lose sight of it. But for you, you use it kind of like a scarcity, like you need to make it work. So you're constantly eyeballing that amount of money, right?
Right.
So as my mentor says, the more you pay attention to it, the more improvement you get. So that's kind of what I gather from what I learned from you, which is awesome. And thanks, bro. Thanks for joining our show. Those of you guys that are listening, are you still there? There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go. Let me drop off. Let me get you on there. There we go. Take the hide this. All right. All right, guys. Awesome. Hey man, thanks for joining the show. Those of you guys that are, joined, appreciate you guys. Anybody who's got anybody you want me to interview, let me know. Tag me on the show. And Dylan, hey man, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can I drop my contact real quick?
oh yeah, hey, thanks for reminding me that. Yeah, how can people get a hold of you, bro?
So I'll comment within this video. So search or look for the comment from Dylan Vu. I also run a service called Retail Wall Street. Forget the service though. I run a community group where it's free to join. All we do all day long is talk about stocks, trading options. The stock market, what's happening on Wall Street, what's happening with Trump, right? Because Trump helps drive the market. So I'll make sure to post a link in the video. So if anyone's interested, want to talk to me, hit me up, man. I'm open to talking and networking.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tag your info. Hey, give me your info. I'll tag it in here as well. I think you said you had a trading group, right?
Yeah.
We'll get that. We'll tag that in there, and then uh, you mentioned the mentorship thing, man. What do you do about that? What do you do with that? Yeah,
So I teach. Do you want me to just kind of briefly go about what I teach? So I teach them
yeah.
um, from ground up. So I teach them the basics of the stock market, teach them what options trading is, what drives option trades, um, talk about my technical analysis. So today I helped my mentees learn how to look at the market with my eyes, right? Kind of see the market with my lens, so they can spot out setup trading setups the way I do. So whether they're following me or trying to trade on their own, um, making sure it correlates with how what I'm looking at in the market.
Hmm.
And then I kind of teach them the concepts of how I structure my trades so that they are, having less risk, but still returning, really great gains.
Okay. Do you teach exit strategies as well, or?
Yep, yep. So I teach everything. It's
Sure.
basically, I'm trying to replicate myself, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So you're just basically teaching you how you trade.
yeah,
What do you give? I mean, I know we didn't. We kind of asked what your trading strategy was or your technicals, but do you? I think that was part of your clients, right? That's usually what when you say trading system, that's part of your client system, right?
yeah. So I send out signals. So I have a signal group where I send out trades that I'm taking, and so I have like followers who can take the same trade as I do. I tell them, you know, when to get out, when to get in. Um, so basically, those trades, I'm teaching my mentees how to look out for those trades and how to trade those trades on their own without me signaling them out.
Okay, so I guess usually somebody watches usually get those. I guess they can start visualizing. I guess they can kind of learn from it as well,
Yeah,
or they can trade from it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
What's the
So,
percentage wise? Have you back test? Like, what's the percentage wise of success ratio on those?
I only started tracking it last 3.5 months, 80%. So,
Damn.
if they join my free group,
Damn.
I show results like every week, so they can see updates on what trades work and what trades didn't work.
Damn. That's it, guys. 80%. Dude,
So,
that is amazing. 80% accuracy, on his trades. So yeah. All right. We'll put in your info in the description. And then thanks for joining the show. And those you guys keep hustling, guys. Thanks, Dylan.
all right, thanks, Shy.
All right. Talk to you guys later.